Good morning and welcome back towards another video, and today we are going to be going over 𝐆𝐀𝐿. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the farm of 𝐆𝐀𝐿. This is one that I've talked about pretty much every year consistently for like the last 5 years. This is because this dungeon is insanely great. Now what I've actually done is I've literally just jumped down to the actual bottom and I've got this farm down to a T for myself. However, I will use my soothe ability and all that jazz using my speed bonuses to even gather up all of these mobs, and then I will just keep running and running, gathering up all of the mobs on my way. I will also make sure to pick up any other straggling packs to go along with this, and I worked out quite early on that if I press soothe here, it will actually grab this lasher there, so I don't actually have to worry about any of that going forward. And by the time I get to the other side, I can actually pull this pack of whip lashers with my soothe ability, so I can actually keep running, gathering up all of the mobs following me here. Now 𝐆𝐀𝐿 is one of the great gold farms for transmog, due in part for the high density of different types of mobs. Along with that, it can contain the recipe for the rich purple shirt, which sells on the auction house for a decent chunk of gold. And along with that, you can also get a wide variety of different types of transmogs moving forward. That being said, when it comes towards the rest of everything else that you're actually farming up in this particular dungeon, it is literally gathering up all of these mobs by jumping down, gathering them up and running back round to the entrance instance. I prefer to run it up to around about here. This is because I can do this within a few seconds, within roughly around about two odd minutes to actually complete if I don't get stunned, and then just take them out. And once that's all done, all I have to do then is just loot up everything I've actually gained from my particular farm, and then just loot up the entire rest of the mobs that I've actually done. And for me, I just go and press my Dreamwalk ability to go in and out of the instance as I so wish. This makes it so much easier in order to farm up everything. However, along with that, you can also gain a wide variety of different types of materials for this particular farm. So once we jump out and we reset, and then we press Dreamwalk again to actually jump back into the instance for our next run. I can usually clear this within around about 20 to 30 minutes depending on whether I bring my speed set. I never keep it in my bags, it's always in my bank. But along with that, once you're actually done, you just rinse and repeat this entire process, gathering up all of the mobs. Now, when you're actually farming up 𝐆𝐀𝐿, what you're going to be wanting to do is you're going to be looking for items of note. So if we take out these mobs here quickly, so I can actually show you which different types of ones you can actually get. We can get items such as the Orphic Bracers, which go for around about 11,000 gold, the Elemental Remnant for 800 gold, the Phasing Boots 2,956 gold, the Stonebark Gauntlets 37,000 gold, the Unbridled Leggings 2,000 gold, the Eidolon Talisman for 4,000 gold, and the Wand of Arcane Potency 1,297 gold. That being said, you can also get items such as the Fiery War Axe from this particular farm, and that works out really well in the grand scheme of things, especially when you're just farming everything up. Generally speaking, I enjoy doing this farm due in part because I can get things like the Staff of Jordan as well, and all of the old world drop epics that you can actually get in the open world as well, along with this dungeon, along with the materials you gain such as fell cloth and all of the different types of herbs that you can gain along with that. It works out really well in the grand scheme of things when it just comes to basic general farming, as I can then gather up as many mobs as I want because the mob density is really high, and that means I have more of a chance of gaining those higher end items. When it comes towards just in general farming, the materials sell incredibly fast, so I don't need to worry about that. I do tend to keep hold of my fell cloth and turn it into moon cloth to sell on the auction house because that sells incredibly faster and it sells for a lot more gold. And all you need is a moon well in order to do it. Thank you, Darnassus. And then once that's all said and done, with my transmog, I sell that on the auction house. I usually sell anything over around about 1,500 to 2,000 gold. And I am also going for those world drops as well as the higher value recipes I get from this. So I really love this particular farm because it has a wide variety of everything that I can sell on the auction house. So no matter what happens, it generally is covered with this gold farm, and that's why I love it. Along with that, when it comes towards just gathering up all the different types of materials and everything that goes along and coincides with all of that, 𝐆𝐀𝐿 was just my all-time favorite gold farm, especially for transmog, materials, and just in general recipes. It's my go-to gold farm, and predominantly if you were to DM me on a regular day going, how would I get started with transmog, 𝐆𝐿 is my automatic option to tell you. Other than that, guys, if you want any other additional videos, content, or gold making resources, then please feel free to go over towards the Patreon. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.